Welcome to my channel and welcome to the first episode of my first vlog as I talk about wrestling, what happened this week. Today is Wednesday, October 30th, so I'm going to talk about what's happening on Raw so far, what's happening on SmackDown, and my thoughts for Crown Jewel, which is actually on Saturday, I believe. And then for our next video, I'm going to watch Halloween Havoc for NXT, and then we'll talk about that on my next video. And then our next video after that, we'll talk about Crown Jewel. So, it's a vlog and it's talking about wrestling. We been down at 6, my regular. I'm talking 6 for better now. So basically, this channel came apart because I wanted to rebrand my channels and everything. I just moved, and so my channels have been kind of stagnant. So I'm thinking, let's rebrand the channels. So I have my fashion channel. If you're into plus size fashion and fashion trends, go check out my channel, All the Candace Sell. And that's my fashion channel. And I tried to merge those two into one channel because it's all of me. That's why I have All the Candace Sell. But my fashion audience is not for the wrestling content. And my wrestling audience, you all, may not be for the fashion content. And thus here I am with two channels. I always had two channels. This was actually my vlog channel, and it's still gonna be a vlog channel because I like vlogging. It's just that now my vlogs is gonna be more like wrestling based content. My everyday vlogs, I gotta put it up somewhere. I don't know, I'll post it somewhere. But right now I just want this to be wrestling based content. So as I clean up, I just moved in about a week ago, and so I'm very livable moved in, and now I want to be fully moved in. I have still a lot of boxes to unpack. I still have a lot of stuff to find places for. Still, there's stuff in the living room that's supposed to be actually my room or in the closet, and so I need to get those done. And while I'm doing those done, I might as well talk to you all. So let's talk about me and wrestling. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about is the women's division. Let's talk about my favorite, Rhea Ripley. Okay, so this is a hair box that needs to go underneath the bed. So Rhea Ripley was just ambushed by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez at NXT this week on October 29th. If you haven't seen that episode, I haven't either, but I saw the clips. So, but yeah, I'm so mad about that. I mean, it's a good thing because it actually gives the Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley story was getting a little repetitive. So actually give more to their story. And also another good thing is that it keeps Rhea Ripley out of the Crown Jewel conversation for Crown Jewel versus Nia Jax. Because now you have basically Nia Jax, who's going to have Tiffany Stratton there. And then you have Liv Morgan, who's going to have Raquel Rodriguez there. And now you have an injured Rhea Ripley. I mean, she was beaten bloody. So I doubt if she's going to make a special comeback. But it's Rhea Ripley. She's very strong. She could make that happen. Number 2 is, what's number 2? Number 2, let's talk about, so I don't like Liv Morgan. She's not my cup of tea. Mostly because she's against Rhea Ripley. So, and she's like that golf girl, don't underestimate me, kind of short girl vibe, which, I can understand that, but she's against Rhea Ripley. If she wasn't against Rhea Ripley, I probably could support her. Her character is pretty much an understandable character. Let's see. She was injured. She's fighting for her revenge. She's fighting for release. She's sticking to her man. She's loyal to her friends. I can get behind her. But she's against Rhea Ripley. So I ain't really got much to say about her. Now my other favorite we have is Tiffany Stratton. I'm worried about Tiffany Stratton's character because she is Miss Money in the Bank. And at this rate, we may have another Damian Priest situation. But Damian Priest's situation was different because he wanted to cash in on one specific belt. He could have cashed in on SmackDown's belt on Cody Rhodes, but he never did. He never even thought of the idea. His idea was the world heavyweight because he was a Raw guy. And Tiffany Stratton, as a SmackDown girl, she is going to have a problem because if she cashed in, she'll have to cash in on Nia. Hold on a minute. Yes, we're recording this time. Yay. Alright, so this is my table of meat, but it needs a base. My grandma had it made when I was 1. Hence pictures of me. And I need a table. I need to get some finishing. So it's about 40 years old now. I'm gonna get a nice metal brace for it, and it's gonna be my coffee table for the living room, like it was in my old house with my grandma. But anyway, what was I talking about? So with Tiffany Stratton, she's not going to cash in on Nia Jax. I'm not really for or against their friendship. I know there's a lot of tension there because they both want to be champion, and if you're having a position I want, I can support you, but how long is that support going to turn into envy, going to turn into resentment, going to turn into whatever? All right, new angle. Pause for the new angle. Okay, new angle. So, as I was saying, yeah, I'm not really for Liv Morgan, and that's because if she wasn't against Rhea Ripley, we probably could be friends. But Liv Morgan, the wrestler, not Liv Morgan person. Liv Morgan person is pretty cool. I don't like her because she's, I don't really know her character that much, so I'm not really invested into her. But I do like Bianca Belair, and she's friends with Bianca, so she's pretty cool. Shout out to you, Liv, if you're watching. But yeah, why you gotta be against the dog Rhea? Not mine. There's just so much stuff. I have too much stuff. I need to give away stuff or release stuff. But then I want to buy more stuff. Okay, so we were talking about Tiffany Stratton. And I love Tiffy. Tiffy's my girl. Tiffy, Chelsea, and Rhea is my top 3. So my problem is with Tiffany Stratton is that she can't really challenge. She can challenge Nia. She has tried to challenge Nia before, but Nia has caught her and she is back down. If you're going to challenge Nia, you got to do it. You can't sneak attack. You just got to rip that band-aid off and do it. Because in the end, it is what it is. You're still going to be against Nia Jax. So then Nia was like, hold on. This girl is a threat to me. Let's put her on Raw so she could challenge Liv. Which is great because then if she challenges Liv at Crown Jewel after Nia and Liv's match, then you have Raquel Rodriguez to worry about. And now you have an equal match. It's kind of like a pseudo tag team match. You have Liv and Raquel versus Nia and Tiffy. So can Liv and Tiffy hold off? Can Nia and Tiffy hold off Liv and Raquel so that Tiffy can cash in on Liv? Is going to be the question. I'm more invested in the women's Crown Jewel match than the guys. So let's segue to the guys' Crown Jewel match. I love Gunther. I'm going to talk about a bonus video this week also because I'm getting started with the channel. I'm going to release like 5 videos this week. Is mine. You can check out that video. And that's my first video, which is, I'll link it. which is my harem of wrestling men. And Roman Reigns is number 1. My number 2 is Gunther. Like, bae. So, of course, you know who I'm going for on Saturday, and that's Gunther. Bae. So, with that being said, I don't really like the build-up they've done to this match. It's very much a talking match. You know, before we had WrestleMania or whatever, they'll have like a tag team match, or they'll have something, which they're going to have one today. They're going to have Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Ludwig. So there's going to be something, but I feel like the day before, you don't have any interest in that. The build-up usually be better than this. The build-up is not as strong as it used to be beforehand. I usually get more foreplay before my big finale. Now I just got nothing, and now you're trying to do something right before the showdown. So I'm not really interested in this match. I am interested in the whole bloodline match. The Usos finally reunited, but is it at the cost of Sami Zayn? And what is Sami Zayn talking to Solo for? Is he trying to end this so Jay can focus back on Intercontinental Championship? Or did he really turn redcoat? And when I'm saying redcoat, it reminds me of Benedict Arnold. Benedict Arnold was actually a trusted general, but he kept getting looked over. So he was like, you know what, bet I'm gonna go where I'm appreciated. And then Sammy's gonna tell Jay, hey, you're not family, that's why you don't understand. That hurts me, because it's the whole adoption syndrome. You raised me as your own, you embraced me as my own, you made me feel a part of something, but then when it came down to the the bread and butter of the situation, oh, I'm not family because I'm not blood. And so if Sammy turns on Jay, I can understand that, because he basically had it coming. Now, let's get with I do understand Jimmy's point of view. I definitely understand Jay's point of view, and I don't want this to take away from all that Jay Uso has built in Roman's absence. Not to say that he can't create that or maintain that with Roman being the star that he is, the son, the god, that he is. But I need main event Jay Uso. So I'm really interested in seeing that. Randy Orton versus KO is going to break my heart. Let's be honest. I love RKO. I love RKO. I love my, Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Sheik. I loved it. We have the LWO. We have the Bloodline. We have Final Testament. We have, the Creed Brothers, American Made. I liked them. They were a group to me. And then they just broke apart because why? And I can understand KO. KO was like, no. After what he done to us, after what Roman Reigns have done to us, you sided with him? Never, ever, 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 ever. And Cody Rhodes was like, it was a means to an end. We have a bigger fish to fry. And that's Solo. This is what Roman Reigns' little underling Solo has mutated and created this monster. And we need to stop this now, or we're going to have another 2 years of this bloodline. And then KO was like, we can handle it ourselves. But then Roman Reigns was like, the enemy, my friend. And I can understand that too. I understand all sides. And then Randy tried to just bring them together. We're homies. Even Triple H. He had to call him out. It wasn't let me call Paul Levesque. It's let me call Triple H, the cerebral assassin, out. The man who came to beat me up at my house. And it hurts because I wanted them to be together. I like RKO. And now with Cody Rhodes basically defending his belt, not defending his belt, but trying to go for the crown jewel with Gunther. He's preoccupied. He's not going to be focused on reuniting with his friends. And also with KO jumping him in the sideline, you know, their storyline is not even getting no weight. That's one thing also talking about Cody Rhodes' belt. His blood build up was so much better than him actually having a belt. Like his last 2 pay-per-view matches was like not the headline match to see. Like him versus Randy KO actually. And then him versus, I forgot who the last one was. It's irrelevant basically. So they really need to write more of a story for him. Because it's not. Like, when I want to see my Cody Rhodes, I'll watch this documentary about the journey. And it'll bring me back to what I felt for him then. He was never one of my top. He's not part of my harem. I'm not a face kind of girl. I'm a heel person. I mean, I like Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest because they're baby faces. They just turn face. But to see this is incredible. Oh, speaking of Damian Priest, let's talk about that botch match with Dominic Mysterio in the judgment line, like the Judgment Day. What is going to happen with the Judgment Day? You can see that there's some cracks in there, and I think Finn is going to have a problem with anybody who gets that belt because he wants that belt. But Finn, how many matches have you had to try to get that belt from Damian? You can't get it. Let it go. And Dominic Mysterio, I don't think he's a part of the world heavyweight class group, but he's the biggest heel they have in WWE. Like, he can't even talk unless he like speaks in Spanish or something, which is so cool. Like Lin-Manuel pointed out in one of his interviews, and it's like, what? I love Hamilton. But anyways, like, he can't even talk. So the publicity behind him, the notoriety behind him, the fame behind him, the fan reaction behind Dominic Mysterio, it makes sense to give him a title shot. But at what cost? Like, are you going after Gunther? Is he going to... And he's won the World Heavyweight Championship. Like, Gunther's going to stump him. Like, Damian Priest stumped him. Like, if you had a one-on-one, there's impossible. And that's how you have the Judgment Day factor in there. And that's the same thing with Finn. Finn was like, hold up. Why you went down to the ring, JD? I told you we're not getting... Because he's jealous of that belt. So it's a whole thing around that belt. A lot of storylines that they can't create towards that. And I want to see it. I'm here for it. I didn't like Gunther's reign for IC because he was such a dominant character. He really didn't have a lot of people to fight, like, who can hold up to him. It really was like David and Goliath kind of matches. With World Heavyweight Champion, he at least have people like Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre Bay, if he ever gets back after his darn bloody... They put both of them on the shelf. CM Punk and Drew is just gone. They actually put both each other on the shelf. What? I mean, Randy Orton has came over to battle Gunther, so I could see him in that fight. So right now for World Heavyweight Championship, we have Gunther, Damian, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. Dominic Mysterio is popular, don't get me wrong, but does he, like, as a wrestler, does he match up to them people? No, I don't see it. I mean, it's a story, it's scripted, so you can make him a champion, but I don't see him matching up to those people. Like on the other side, on SmackDown side, they really have issues with their belt too, because you have Cody Rhodes and you have Roman Reigns, and you really don't have anybody to fight Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns. Solo is not good enough. Jacob is a wild card. Randy Orton. KO is not necessary. KO should be U.S. champion. Even LA Knight, as popular as he is, he's just a baby version of Cody Rhodes. He's not Cody Rhodes level. So I don't see a lot on that side either. Their top 2 belts are kind of limited, I think. The middle belts are pretty good. It really stacked on middle belts. But I am looking for this tag team women's championship. The men's championship on SmackDown and Raw is pretty thick. I'm not interested in no matches, but they're pretty solid. But the women, I'm really invested in the women's titles matches. And Bianca and Jay is beyond champion. And I love that they're so unstoppable because you have all these teams really like literally trying to grab. And it gets more intriguing. Even with the NXT girls, Lash Legend and what you call it. Or Piper and Chelsea. Or the little dancing short girls. I mean, there's so many tag teams that I can name that I like. Even the girl who betrayed the boxer. They got their weird name. I don't like them. Shayna Baszler group. I don't like them. But even their team, the girl who actually beat in the triple threat match of Aya Fire, whatever girl, Booty Shorts girl. I like them as a tag team. I'm more interested in watching the women's tag team matches than watching the men's tag team matches. I would love to see, like they did for the men's tag team matches, how they split them. The ladder match for the women's tag team championships. That'll be awesome. And then we could do like 6 teams, like Damage Control definitely be in there. Chelsea and Piper should definitely be in there. Bianca and Jay, of course, they're champions. Isla Sky and whatever should be in there. I think give Lash Legend them a shot. That's a good team to go for. And for my last team, I want to say Candice and Andy. I don't like them that much to have the story. And the little short girls, they haven't really done anything. The last spot, I don't know. The last spot could be one of those, what you call it, thingies. And it could be one of those, like, one of those, like, battle matches to get up to the top 6 to do it. But those are my, like, I already got one. We just got to pick one more. But I really want to see that happen. But I think that's going to be, like, maybe War Games or something like that. Who knows? Coming up. Well, but that's the end of this video. And, yeah. I'm going to get to my cleaning. And I'll talk to you on my other video. Bye.